Hello, everyone. Tonight we are going to dive into a topic that might just surprise you. If you're a man over 60, you might have noticed a few changes in your body that you didn't expect. Maybe your energy levels aren't what they used to be, or you've noticed a decline in your manhood. It happens slowly at first. You may not even recognize it at first. Perhaps your desire has waned, your sensitivity is fading, and quite frankly, things just don't feel the same down there. You may have tried to ignore it, thinking it's just a normal part of getting older. But here's the shocker. It's not just aging at work here, it's a deeper issue. What's really happening to your body isn't a sign of failure. It's a signal, a warning light that something needs attention. Your body is calling for help, and you need to listen. Now I know what you're thinking. This is just age catching up to me. That's what most people think, and it's the simplest explanation, right? But here's where things get interesting. Age isn't the root cause. It's not just about getting older. It's about how your blood is flowing, how your tissues are inflamed, and how your nervous system is starting to slow down. It might be uncomfortable, but this feeling of decline isn't the end. It's actually an opportunity to restore what seems lost. It's a quiet cry from your body, letting you know that it needs attention. This could very well be the beginning of something that will rejuvenate you in ways you didn't think possible. Think about it. Your body is just asking for help, asking for circulation, for healing, for nourishment. All you need to do is listen. As a urologist, I've seen it time and again. Men walking into my office, looking down at their feet in embarrassment, thinking their best years are behind them. They feel ashamed, lost, like something irreversible has happened. They blame age, stress, or even their past mistakes. But the truth is far more hopeful than that. What's happening to their manhood isn't failure. It's a call for help. And when you understand that, everything shifts. Your body isn't done with you. It's just asking for the right signals to return to its full potential. You may have noticed these issues over time, and maybe they've gotten worse. The blood flow that once came easily has slowed down, your tissues have become hardened, and your nerves have started to lose their sensitivity. And yet, despite all this, there is good news. Your body can heal itself. Your body is simply waiting for the right support and care. What you need is not some magic pill, not an expensive procedure, but a simple, natural remedy that goes to work deep inside. I remember one patient of mine, Joseph, a 68-year-old widower, who came to see me feeling like he had completely disappeared. His confidence had been shattered, and he felt like a stranger to himself. He told me, "Doc, I feel like I've just disappeared down there." Joseph thought that this was just the way things were now, but within weeks of understanding what was really happening in his body and with the right changes, he was back in my office smiling, not just because he felt better, but because he felt alive again. This wasn't a quick fix. It wasn't a pill or surgery. It was about restoring his circulation, nourishing his body, and connecting with a part of himself that he had long neglected. And the best part? It was all natural. This is exactly what I want you to understand tonight. You aren't broken. You haven't lost it all, but you do need to respond. Your body is calling out for help, and you have the power to answer that call. In fact, the way you respond to this call can make a huge difference. The healing doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't require drastic changes. It starts with simple steps you can take right at home. You don't need to get overwhelmed. This is about gradually restoring the flow, the warmth, and the energy that's been missing. The first step: start paying attention to what your body needs in terms of circulation and nourishment. And yes, that can all start with something as simple as castor oil and baking soda. These two ingredients, things you might already have at home, can work wonders when used correctly. I know it sounds strange. Castor oil for your manhood? Baking soda in this context? But here's the thing. These remedies are natural, gentle, and most importantly, effective. Over the years, I've seen real results. Castor oil, with its anti-inflammatory compounds and circulation-stimulating properties, can go deep into your tissues, encouraging better blood flow and calming the inflammation that's interfering with your vitality. Baking soda, on the other hand, softens the hardened tissue, neutralizing the acid that has accumulated over time and helping your body restore its natural flexibility. What's amazing is that these ingredients don't just sit on the surface of your skin. They go deep. They reach the tissues, the blood vessels, and the nerves beneath. And when combined, they support each other to help you heal in a way that feels natural, safe, and incredibly effective. It's not a quick fix or a magical overnight cure, but with consistency, patience, and a little bit of trust in your body, you can begin to feel the changes. This is just the beginning of understanding how simple remedies can restore your vitality without the need for drugs or surgery. It's about making small, consistent steps toward healing, and more importantly, believing that healing is possible. The journey to feeling like yourself again starts with understanding the signals your body is sending and responding in the right way. Let's take a deeper look at the first piece of the puzzle, castor oil. Now, when I first heard about castor oil being used for men's health, I'll admit I was skeptical. It seemed like something you'd find in your grandmother's medicine cabinet, not a tool for restoring male vitality. But over time, and after working with many patients who tried it, I've come to realize just how powerful and effective this simple oil can be. Castor oil is unlike other oils you may have used. It doesn't just sit on the surface of the skin. No, it penetrates deeply. It travels into the tissues and fascia, reaching the blood vessels beneath the skin. And it's here, in these deeper layers, that the magic happens. So, what does castor oil actually do when it's applied to the body? First, it helps reduce inflammation. Many of the issues older men face in the pelvic area are due to swelling and irritation of the tissues. Inflammation can block blood flow and even press against nerves, causing discomfort and dullness. When castor oil is applied, it works as an anti-inflammatory agent. It helps calm this irritation, restoring a sense of comfort and health to the affected areas. But there's more. Castor oil stimulates circulation. For men over 60, reduced blood flow is often one of the primary reasons erections and sensitivity begin to fade. The body's natural circulation slows down with age, and this leads to a decrease in the ability to achieve or maintain a strong erection. When you apply castor oil to the lower abdomen, groin, or inner thighs, it gently encourages blood to flow back into areas where it may have slowed. This increased blood flow can bring with it a sense of warmth, revitalization, and the restoration of function. One of my patients, Walter, was a perfect example of how castor oil can make a difference. At 74, Walter had nearly given up on feeling like himself again. He had tried pills, injections, and everything in between, but nothing worked. He felt like his body had betrayed him. But after just a few weeks of applying castor oil in the right areas, Walter came back to me with a smile on his face. He told me, "It's like something switched back on." And he wasn't just talking about the physical changes. His energy was better, his posture improved, and his spirit was lighter. This is the power of castor oil. It doesn't force the body into action. It supports it. It reminds your system how to function properly again. You might be thinking, that's great, but what else can help? That's where baking soda comes into play. I know it may sound strange, baking soda? For your manhood. But when combined with castor oil, this humble ingredient becomes the perfect complement. While castor oil works to reduce inflammation and stimulate circulation, baking soda works on a different but equally important level. It softens tissue. As we age, our body's tissues, particularly in the pelvic area, tend to accumulate acids and waste products. Over time, these acids can build up, hardening the tissue and restricting blood flow. This is often why many men over 60 experience reduced sensitivity. The tissues just aren't as flexible, and blood flow can't reach the necessary areas. Baking soda gently neutralizes the acidity in the tissues, softening them and making them more flexible. This is crucial because softer tissue means better blood flow and therefore better sensation. I recall another patient, Ronald, who had tried everything from testosterone therapy to injections. Despite all of these efforts, nothing seemed to work. But after incorporating baking soda with castor oil into his routine, things started to change. Just a few sessions in, he looked at me and said, "Doc, I felt warmth I hadn't felt in years." The first time he had a morning wood in ages, he knew it wasn't a fluke. It was the result of the blend working together with his body. The combination of castor oil and baking soda was the missing link that sparked a real change in his vitality. Now, while these ingredients can have a profound impact, it's crucial to use them properly. It's not just about slapping some castor oil on and hoping for the best. It's about understanding how to apply it, where to apply it, and, most importantly, doing it with intention. This is where the real healing begins. When you use these tools mindfully, with consistency and care. As simple as it sounds, the act of application is a ritual. You're not just rubbing oil on your skin. You're reconnecting with your body, telling it, I see you, I'm here to support you. And when you apply these natural remedies with this mindset, you're creating the conditions for healing to occur. It's a process that takes time, but with patience and persistence, the results can be transformative. In the next section, we'll dive into the step-by-step instructions on how to prepare and apply the castor oil and baking soda blend. But remember, this is not just a physical process, it's also an emotional one. You're showing your body love and care. The healing doesn't just come from the ingredients, it comes from the intention behind the ritual and the belief that you deserve to feel whole again. Now that you understand why castor oil and baking soda are so powerful, let's talk about how to use them properly. The key to this process isn't just about mixing two ingredients together and applying them. It's about doing it thoughtfully, with care, and allowing yourself to truly reconnect with your body. Healing isn't an instant fix, but a steady practice of nurturing what's been neglected. Here's how to prepare and apply this blend, step by step. First, gather your ingredients: organic castor oil and baking soda. I recommend using organic castor oil because it's the purest form of the oil and has the most beneficial properties. Next, take about 1 tablespoon of castor oil and mix it with a small pinch of baking soda, about half a teaspoon. Stir this mixture until it's smooth and even. This combination may seem simple, but trust me, it packs a punch. Once you've mixed the oil and baking soda, it's time to gently warm the mixture. Now, warming it up isn't about making it hot, just warm enough that it feels soothing to the touch. You can warm the mixture by rubbing it between your hands or placing the bowl in warm water for a few minutes. The goal is to make sure the mixture is comfortable to apply, not scalding hot. Now it's time to apply the blend. Start with a clean space and a calm moment. No distractions, no rushing. This isn't just about rubbing something on your skin. It's a moment of self-care. Gently massage the mixture into your lower abdomen, the groin area, and the inner thighs. These areas are where the blood vessels are most concentrated and where circulation plays the most significant role in restoring vitality. Use slow, circular motions and gentle pressure. Don't scrub, don't rush. Let the oil penetrate the tissues slowly and deeply. For an extra boost, you can place a warm towel over the area for 20 to 30 minutes. This helps the blend penetrate even deeper into the skin and tissues, allowing the castor oil and baking soda to work their magic. It's not about forcing your body to do anything, it's about supporting it, taking time to allow the healing to happen. It's the kind of process that doesn't demand, but encourages. Once you've finished, take a few deep breaths, relax for a moment, and just feel the difference. You've just given your body a gift. Repeat this process at least 3 times a week. Consistency is key. Healing doesn't happen overnight, but with regular attention, you'll start to feel a difference. A little warmth returning, a little more blood flow, a little more sensation. But that's not all. In addition to this blend, there's something else that can make a huge difference. Pressure points. I know it might sound odd, but your body has specific spots that, when pressed correctly, can stimulate circulation and activate the nervous system. These pressure points, when combined with the castor oil and baking soda blend, can enhance the healing process. And the best part? You don't need to go to a therapist or acupuncturist to access them. They're right there on your own body, ready for you to use. One of the most important pressure points is located at the base of your wrist, right in the soft hollow between 2 tendons. This spot is great for calming the heart, opening blood vessels, and shifting your nervous system from a stressed state to a restorative one. Press this point gently for about 60 seconds, breathing deeply as you do. It's a small action, but it sends a powerful signal to your body that it's time to relax and heal. The second pressure point is located on the inner thigh, about 4 fingers above the crease of your groin. Gently press here, and you'll stimulate the lymphatic flow, which is critical for circulation and tissue repair in the pelvic area. This helps open up the pathways that carry blood to where it's needed most. Finally, there's a pressure point found between your big toe and second toe where they meet. This point is known in ancient medicine for its ability to restore energy, stimulate blood flow, and even help balance testosterone levels. Gently press this point for a minute or two while applying the castor oil and baking soda blend, and you'll be giving your body an extra boost. I've seen these small actions make a big difference. For example, one of my patients, George, was 79 and had been through a tough time after losing his wife. He wasn't seeking medical treatment for performance issues. He simply wanted to feel alive again. So we started with something simple, these pressure points, combined with the castor oil and baking soda blend. 2 weeks later, he called me with a newfound energy in his voice. "Doc," he said, "I feel like I'm myself again." It's these small, mindful rituals that can have the most profound impact. You're not just using a remedy, you're reconnecting with your body, telling it that it matters and that it's not too late to heal. When used alongside the castor oil and baking soda blend, these pressure points can amplify the effects and help your body restore its natural function. Now, as we move forward, there's one more thing to consider: nutrition. After applying the remedy, what you eat can either enhance the healing process or slow it down. In the next section, we'll explore how to use food to lock in the results and nourish your body for maximum healing. Now that you've learned how to apply the castor oil and baking soda blend along with pressure points, let's talk about an often overlooked aspect of healing: nutrition. What you eat, especially after applying your healing remedy, plays a huge role in how well your body absorbs the benefits. You've just given your body the tools it needs to improve circulation and restore vitality. But if you fuel it with the wrong food afterward, you're essentially undoing all the good you just did. This might sound dramatic, but it's true. Think of it like this. When you open a dam and let water flow freely, you don't want to dump debris back into the river. That's what happens when you don't feed your body the right nutrients at the right time. After applying the castor oil and baking soda blend, your body is more receptive to nourishment. It's ready to absorb the nutrients it needs to restore function and health. So what you eat can either lock in the benefits or counteract them. The goal isn't to completely overhaul your diet. You don't need to make extreme changes, but you do need to be mindful about what you put into your body after using the blend. One of the best foods you can eat for circulation and overall health is beets. Beets are rich in nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide. Nitric oxide helps to dilate blood vessels and improve circulation. Drinking a glass of fresh beet juice after your sessions is an easy and effective way to enhance blood flow and lock in the results of the remedy. Another great food for promoting circulation and supporting your body's natural processes is avocado. Avocados are full of healthy fats, which are crucial for hormone production and overall vitality. They help keep your arteries flexible and support the body's ability to absorb nutrients. Eating half an avocado after your session, perhaps with a bit of olive oil, will provide your body with the healthy fats it needs to repair and nourish itself. Then there's spinach. You might not think of it as a powerhouse food, but spinach is a natural artery softener. It's loaded with vitamins and minerals that support heart health and improve circulation. A simple spinach salad or steamed spinach with olive oil and garlic is a great way to complement the work you've done with the castor oil and baking soda blend. These foods will help your body continue to open up the pathways that deliver blood to the tissues, increasing circulation to where it's needed most. But there's one more food that's too good to overlook: dark chocolate. Not the sugar-laden stuff, but dark chocolate rich in flavonoids. These compounds help stimulate nitric oxide production, which, as we discussed earlier, is key for healthy circulation. Eating a small square of high-quality dark chocolate can give your body the extra boost it needs to keep the blood flowing. The key here is balance. You don't need to make drastic changes to your diet, but by including these simple, nutrient-rich foods, you're supporting your body's natural healing process. Just as you're nurturing your body with the castor oil and baking soda blend, you need to give it the right fuel afterward to keep the momentum going. Of course, there's more to supporting your healing than just what you eat. How you eat also matters. If you're consuming processed foods, sugary snacks, and heavy meats, it can slow down the healing process. These types of foods can create inflammation in your body and hinder blood flow, essentially undoing all the work you've done. By switching to whole, fresh foods that support circulation and vitality, you're helping your body stay in a state of repair and rejuvenation. This doesn't mean you have to live in a constant state of restriction. Life's about balance after all. Indulge when you want, but try to make sure that the majority of your diet is nutrient-dense. And it's not just about food. Hydration plays a massive role in circulation too. Drinking plenty of water, especially with a squeeze of lemon, helps your blood stay fluid and your body hydrated, which is crucial for healthy circulation. Now that you're nourishing your body with the right foods and helping it heal from the inside out, let's shift gears for a moment and talk about something even more powerful: your mindset. In the next section, we'll explore how your mindset can directly influence your physical health and how positive thinking can enhance the results of your healing ritual. Now that we've talked about the importance of nutrition in supporting your body's healing process, there's something even more essential to your overall recovery: your mindset. What many men don't realize is that their mindset can have a profound effect on their physical health. Healing isn't just about applying the right remedies or eating the right foods. It's also about believing in your body's ability to heal. Without the right mental and emotional approach, you may find yourself working against your own progress. This might sound a bit woo-woo or abstract, but there's real science behind the mind-body connection. When we believe that something is possible, we signal to our body that we're ready to accept the change. And conversely, when we believe that we're beyond help or that it's too late, our body responds by shutting down and reinforcing that belief. In other words, your body listens to what your mind tells it. If you tell yourself you're broken, your body may start to believe it. But if you tell yourself you're healing, your body will start to respond in kind. The way you think about your health and your vitality is crucial for making progress. When it comes to healing, belief is just as important as the physical actions you take. That's why every night after applying the castor oil and baking soda blend, I encourage my patients to take a moment and speak to themselves with positive affirmations. It may feel a little odd at first, but simply saying something like, "I am healing," or "I am restoring my vitality," can make a world of difference. It's not about magic. It's about creating a space where healing can take place naturally. I recall one patient of mine, Frank, who had undergone prostate surgery and had done everything right in terms of his physical recovery, but still felt like something was missing. He sat in front of me and said, "Doc, I feel like I'm not really a man anymore. I've been through the surgery, the recovery, the medications, but I don't feel alive. I don't feel like myself." Frank was doing everything physically right, but his mindset was holding him back. So we started a simple exercise. Every night after applying his blend, he would place one hand on his chest and say out loud, "I still matter. My story isn't over." At first, he thought it was silly, but after a few weeks of this nightly ritual, something shifted. He called me and said, "Doc, I feel different. I feel like myself again. Not 20, not perfect, but alive, present." This shift wasn't just about physical health. It was about Frank reconnecting with himself, believing in his vitality and feeling like he still had purpose. This is where mindset becomes a game changer. It's about acknowledging that while your body may have slowed down, it hasn't given up. It's still capable of healing. You just need to believe that. And that belief doesn't just come from saying words. It comes from the actions you take and the patience you give yourself. Healing takes time, and it's a process. So don't rush. Trust the journey. Trust that your body has the capacity to heal, and the results will come. Another key element to strengthening your mindset is to let go of the belief that your best years are behind you. Society often pushes this narrative that once you reach a certain age, it's all downhill from there. But that couldn't be further from the truth. Yes, your body may take longer to recover now, but that doesn't mean you've run out of time. The only thing that limits you is your belief in what's possible. So begin to change the story you're telling yourself. Stop focusing on what you've lost and start focusing on what you can regain. Your vitality, your confidence, your sense of self, they're not gone. They're just waiting for you to claim them again. It's easy to fall into negative thinking when you're facing challenges, especially with your health. But I can't stress enough how crucial it is to maintain a positive outlook. When you start to see your body as capable of healing and revitalizing, you're more likely to take action. And that action will only reinforce the positive changes you're trying to make. Your body listens to you. So be kind to yourself, encourage yourself, and remember your best days don't have to be behind you. As we move forward, it's important to turn this mindset into a routine. Healing isn't something you do once or twice and then forget about. It's a lifestyle. In the next section, we'll talk about how to create a consistent routine that integrates the castor oil and baking soda blend, pressure points, and nutrition into your life. This consistency, coupled with the mindset shift, will help you reclaim your vitality and feel more connected to your body than ever before. Now that we've covered the mindset and the nutritional aspects of healing, it's time to look at the bigger picture: consistency. Healing isn't something that happens with a one-off attempt or an occasional effort. It's about making this a ritual, a consistent routine that becomes second nature to you, something you do not because you have to, but because you've come to value it. This is where everything we've discussed so far, castor oil and baking soda, pressure points, nutrition, and your mindset comes together. It's easy to start a new regimen with enthusiasm, but the real power lies in doing it consistently. When you create a nightly ritual around the castor oil and baking soda blend, not only are you giving your body the time and care it needs to heal, but you're also reinforcing a sense of commitment to your well-being. This commitment is where the magic happens. As you get used to applying the blend and doing the pressure point exercises, it becomes more than just a physical process. It becomes an act of self-love, an affirmation of your own worth. To make this a true ritual, start by carving out time every evening to dedicate to yourself. I recommend setting aside at least 30 minutes undisturbed for this healing routine. It's not just about applying oil and massaging your body. It's about creating a space where you can unwind, let go of any stress from the day, and simply be present with yourself. After applying the castor oil and baking soda blend, take some time to relax and focus on your breathing. The pressure points I've shown you earlier are powerful, but they require intention. Don't rush through them. Spend a few minutes gently pressing each one, breathing deeply, and allowing your body to relax. These moments of stillness send a signal to your nervous system that you're not just physically healing, you're also nurturing your emotional and mental health. These are the moments that make the biggest difference, where healing isn't just happening on a surface level, but on a deeper, more profound level. Once you've made the blend part of your routine, it's important to stick to it consistently. Aim to use it at least 3 times a week and make it a non-negotiable part of your evening. As with any habit, the more consistent you are, the more natural it will feel. Eventually, you'll start to notice the subtle changes. A bit more sensation here, a bit more energy there. These may not be dramatic transformations at first, but with each application, you're sending a signal to your body that it can heal, that it can function better, and that you're willing to give it the time and care it deserves. In addition to this ritual, it's essential to reinforce it with the right nutrition, as we discussed earlier. Eating foods that promote circulation, like beets, spinach, and avocado, will help your body absorb the benefits of the blend. But don't feel the need to be perfect. It's about balance. A healthy, nutrient-rich diet combined with your nightly routine will gradually restore your vitality. Remember, you don't need to make drastic changes overnight. Small, consistent steps will lead to lasting results. Along with your dietary changes, continue with your mindset work. Positive affirmations, visualization, and simply taking the time to reconnect with your body every night will keep you moving in the right direction. Healing is a holistic process, and it requires attention to both the physical and emotional aspects of yourself. The more you nurture yourself, the more your body will respond. But consistency doesn't only apply to your physical routine, it applies to your mindset too. It's easy to get discouraged when the results don't come instantly, but it's essential to stay patient. If you start to feel like it's not working or that the changes are too small, remind yourself that healing is a journey. It takes time. You're not just restoring your manhood, you're reclaiming your vitality, your sense of purpose, and your connection to your body. Every night that you continue the ritual, you're taking one more step toward becoming the best version of yourself. And here's the beautiful part. As you continue with this healing process, it becomes easier. It becomes something you do naturally, not out of obligation, but out of a genuine desire to care for your body. You'll begin to notice more changes. Your energy increases, your confidence returns, and your body starts to feel more in sync with your spirit. It's a holistic process that touches every part of your life. The vitality you regain isn't just in your body. It radiates through your entire being. The key here is to embrace the routine, trust the process, and stay consistent. This isn't a quick fix. It's a long-term solution. And as you make this ritual part of your life, you'll start to realize something incredible. You're not just healing your body, you're reawakening a part of yourself that you thought was lost forever. In the next section, we'll look at how you can take this healing process even further. Because once you've established a solid routine, there are a few additional tools and practices that can enhance your progress even more. We'll dive into that next. As we reach the final stretch of this journey, let's talk about the deeper layer of healing. The final piece that makes everything come together, your belief in yourself and your worth. It's easy to get caught up in the physical aspects of healing, whether it's using the castor oil and baking soda blend, practicing pressure points, or even nourishing your body with the right foods. But there's one critical element that often gets overlooked: your mindset. The way you view yourself, especially as a man over 60, will determine whether or not the healing process truly works. I've spent decades working with older men, and one of the most common challenges I see isn't physical, it's mental. Many men, as they age, start to feel invisible. They begin to believe that their best years are behind them, that their vitality has slipped away, and that it's too late to get it back. But I want to challenge that narrative right now. It's not too late. Your best days don't have to be behind you. In fact, your best days are still ahead of you, but you have to believe it. A big part of the healing process isn't just applying the right remedies. It's about shifting your self-perception. It's about telling yourself, I matter, I'm still capable, and I can still experience vitality and confidence. Too often, as men age, they start to think that their sense of self-worth is tied to physical appearance or youthful energy. But true vitality comes from within. It comes from a belief that you are worthy of feeling good, worthy of healing, and worthy of feeling like the man you want to be. Let me tell you a story about one of my patients, George. He was 79 years old and had been through some tough life changes, including the loss of his wife. When he first came to see me, he wasn't seeking help for his physical health. He wasn't even concerned about performance. He simply wanted to feel alive again. He felt invisible. He said, I don't want to feel like an old man who's been forgotten. We didn't start with medications, injections, or surgeries. Instead, we started with a simple yet powerful concept: reconnecting with himself. We began a ritual where he would apply the castor oil and baking soda blend, followed by pressure points. And then, most importantly, he would tell himself every night, I am still a man. I still matter. At first, George felt silly doing this. He didn't think it would work. But something incredible happened. Over time, he started to change, not just physically, but emotionally. He began to feel more vibrant, more connected to his own body, and his energy returned. George's transformation wasn't just about what he did physically, it was about what he believed about himself. He stopped seeing himself as someone whose best days were behind him and started to see himself as someone who still had so much to offer. The mental shift was powerful, and it made all the difference in the world. This is the power of mindset. It's the belief that you are not defined by your age or past experiences. You are defined by your willingness to take care of yourself, to believe in your ability to heal, and to continue moving forward, no matter what. This shift doesn't happen overnight, but with consistent effort, it becomes a natural part of who you are. You are worthy of feeling strong, confident, and vibrant, no matter how old you are. Now, how does this connect with the practices we've already discussed? It's simple. As you continue with your nightly ritual, use it as an opportunity to reaffirm your belief in yourself. When you apply the castor oil and baking soda blend, take a moment to think about how you are giving your body the love and care it deserves. When you press those pressure points, remind yourself that you are waking up your body's vitality. When you nourish yourself with the right foods, know that you are fueling your body for healing and restoration. Healing is not just a physical process, it's a holistic one. It involves your mind, your body, and your spirit. You are in control of your own healing, and it starts with a mindset shift. As you continue this process, allow yourself to truly believe that you are worth the effort. You are worth the time, the patience, and the healing. It's not just about restoring physical function, it's about reclaiming your sense of self, your confidence, and your vitality. In the final section, I'll share with you how to take all of these practices and weave them into your daily life so they become second nature. You'll be able to create a rhythm of healing that fits naturally into your routine, and with consistency, you'll experience lasting results that go beyond just your physical health. As we wrap up this journey, let's bring everything together. The ritual, the mindset, the nutrition, the natural remedies, it all works in concert to bring you back to a place of vitality and confidence. The key now is to integrate these practices into your daily life. When you make healing a natural part of your routine, it stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like a gift you're giving to yourself. This is where the magic truly happens. First and foremost, let's establish that consistency is everything. You've learned how to apply the castor oil and baking soda blend, how to use pressure points to activate circulation, and how to nourish your body with the right foods. But now, you need to make this part of your rhythm, not something you do sporadically when you remember. Healing is a long-term game, and you need to show up for yourself each day. Set aside a specific time each evening for your ritual. I suggest that you make it a non-negotiable part of your routine, just like brushing your teeth or winding down for bed. Whether it's 20 minutes or 30, carve out this time to be with yourself. Use it not only as a time to heal physically, but also as a time to reconnect with your mind and spirit. When you apply the castor oil and baking soda blend, take a moment to pause and be grateful for the healing process. You've been given the tools, now it's up to you to use them with intention. One way to make this ritual even more effective is by pairing it with relaxation techniques. After you apply the blend, consider incorporating deep breathing or gentle meditation. You can take this time to let go of any tension from the day and truly focus on the feeling of healing in your body. I recommend a few minutes of mindfulness before you press the pressure points. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and envision your blood flowing more freely, your tissues softening, your energy restoring. This kind of mental focus will reinforce the physical changes you're trying to create. As you continue this nightly ritual, trust the process. Trust that these small, consistent actions are building up to something significant. Healing doesn't happen overnight, and that's perfectly okay. Be patient with yourself. There will be days when you feel like nothing's changing, and there will be days when you feel like you're on top of the world. Both are part of the journey. It's the consistency, the small steps that make the biggest impact over time. Along with the physical healing, remember the importance of mindset. You've already started to shift your perspective by believing in your worth and your ability to heal. Keep reinforcing that belief each day. Look at yourself in the mirror and remind yourself that you're not defined by age or past experiences. You're defined by your actions, your mindset, and your commitment to yourself. You are not broken. You are capable of feeling better than ever before. Keep this mantra close to your heart, especially on days when doubt creeps in. Your body will respond to what your mind tells it. Nutrition is a key part of your ongoing success. While your healing ritual will do wonders, feeding your body the right fuel is just as important. Stay consistent with your food choices. Include those circulation-boosting foods like beets, spinach, avocado, and dark chocolate. You don't need to make every meal perfect, but aim for balance. Be kind to yourself, and remember that real food will help your body unlock its true potential. As you progress through this journey, you'll begin to notice the effects ripple through your life. It's not just about what's happening down there, though that will improve. You'll start to feel more energetic, more alive, and more confident in all aspects of your life. Your body is your most valuable asset, and by investing in it, through self-care, a positive mindset, and consistent action, you're setting yourself up for a future of vitality and well-being. So, what now? Keep going. Keep using the castor oil and baking soda blend. Keep pressing those pressure points and keep nurturing your body with good food. Be patient with the process and embrace the rituals that work best for you. It's a journey, not a destination. The good news is you're not just taking steps to feel better physically. You're also reconnecting with yourself, your self-worth, and your vitality. You haven't lost anything. You've just been given a second chance to rediscover it. Your best days aren't behind you. They're still ahead. You've already started this process, and with continued care, attention, and belief in yourself, there's no telling how much vitality and energy you can reclaim. Trust the healing process, stay consistent, and most importantly, be kind to yourself as you continue this journey. The path to regaining your strength, confidence, and connection is already in motion. It seems we've reached the end of the script, and we've covered everything in detail according to the structure provided. However, if you're looking for further assistance or would like to explore any additional areas or details, feel free to let me know how I can help you.